If you only have a day in Zurich, Switzerland, and are traveling here solo, this is a Zurich travel guide you need to make the most of your time. From an epic foodie adventure to exploring the streets of Old Town and exploring the heart of one of the best chocolatiers in the world, this is going to share the experience of solo traveling in one of the most expensive cities in Europe, Zurich, Switzerland. I took Swiss Air to Zurich and then headed to my hotel in the city center. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here in Zurich. I just had a pretty long layover in London and then headed straight into the city. I'm only here for 24 hours and give or take some hours because I needed to get sorted because I had a long flight. But now I want to head to this Cafe 1842 that looks really beautiful. And yeah, the spring blooms are out here as you can see. And it is definitely feeling more like spring than when I was here in January in skiing. Definitely it's spring here, but now it's time to go get some coffee because I am trying to fight jet lag. But here we are, the main church that is here in Zurich. I'm really excited because it is actually a pretty nice day out. I'm not wearing much like that. I'm wearing plenty of clothes, but I meant that I'm not wearing much in terms of like a winter jacket because it is beautiful outside. And I'm really excited because I get to see this place without the rain. So right behind me is Grossmünster Cathedral. This is a 12th century cathedral built in the Romanesque style. And you can actually climb up all the way to the top of these towers, 187 stairs to be exact. And yeah, I think it closes at 4:30, so I pretty much missed that today. But it is definitely one of the 4 major cathedrals that you can come visit and churches in Zurich. And it's pretty iconic. Definitely got lucky with the beautiful day today. I kind of want to see inside if we can go inside. Let's check it out. Grossmünster Church is also a landmark of Switzerland because legend has it the church was built on the graves of the city's patron saints Felix and Regula. So definitely doing some construction here at Cafe 1842 Conditor. Definitely messing that up. Is supposed to be around the corner, so we shall check that out. It's supposed to be one of the cutest cafes in the city of Zurich. Alrighty guys, we are in one of the most historic cafes in Zurich, Cafe 1842. And it has literally been this cafe, Baroque style cafe, since 1847. So it is extremely old, but they updated it and renovated it and reopened it in 2019 after it had been away for some years. But you can come now and have amazing hot chocolate, baked goods, or just take some things to go for you as a souvenir for friends and family at home. But I got the hot chocolate because I needed something to perk me up. I just got off of 2 planes and I'm a bit jet lagged, but I only have 24 hours in Zurich, so I need to make the most of it. So come with me as we're about to go on an epic food tour adventure with Swiss Food Tours in Zurich. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy this because I'm not gonna let my hot chocolate get cold. Alright guys, welcome to Zurich. Alright, most people think of Zurich and they think banking, financial capital of Europe, but it's so much more than that. We're right here off of the Lindt River, which is beautiful in itself, and on both sides is surrounded by the Old Town of Zurich, Altstadt. I'm definitely saying it wrong, but this is so pretty, and we're here on a spring day. It's not too cold, and I'm about to go meet a tour guide for a food tour, but I just wanted to talk about how this is so beautiful. There's promenades on both sides of on this side of the river, and you can go and just enjoy a nice walk and stroll down and enjoy the good weather of Zurich when it is good. But let's go. We have to head to Hauptbahnhof, the train station, to meet our guide. So Zurich is Switzerland's largest city, but fun fact, it is definitely not the capital. Bern is the capital. And a lot of people are surprised by that because this is the largest city at 1.4 million people in this city. So I don't know, definitely interesting. I have not been to Bern yet. I've been to Zurich now. This is, I think, twice. And they have a very major, important hub for train transport throughout Europe. So if you're doing Eurail or Interrail, you might be finding yourself in Zurich. And it is totally worth a stop because there are a lot of beautiful things to do. And I'm gonna show you just a few of the foodie adventures you can get up to while you're here in the city. So we are here in the Zurich Hofbahnhof, and I'm meeting my guide under this blue angel here, so we shall see how the tour goes. I'm excited. Swiss Food Tours has high ratings, and I think it's the perfect way possibly to see and learn about the food here, the culture, and see some local spots, hopefully.
They're mixing with herbs, with fruit extract.
So Rivella. I like it.
Yeah, it is very tasty. A lot of vitamins and minerals, which we have in milk, cow's milk. So all of this here.
Yeah.
And it's much better.
What do you call the extract that you were saying that it came from the cow's milk? Milk?
Zero.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. I mean, I like this because every time I'm trying to like go out somewhere, I'm not sure what to drink, you know? So like I'm always eating Diet Coke or whatever, but this is nice to try something different. Yeah, I love it.
All local drink, which is absolutely natural, mineral, and instead of lemonade.
Yeah, I think they should export this everywhere.
Local brewery is not a big giant only. It's more than 1,200 microbreweries.
Oh, so a lot of breweries in Switzerland. Okay guys, so this place is so cool, Federal. They're known for having over 50 beers here. And I tried a non-alcoholic one, Kalanda, and it's 0.0%, and it's also just tastes really good, very refreshing. And then we also tried the Rivella, which is definitely sweet but not too sweet, and it just gives you something else to have that isn't beer. And yeah, we have all these fresh meats, and they're not processed. You can tell that they're fresh. They're dried out because a lot of the people, when they would farm or when they're going on hikes, they need food that's gonna last, and this is definitely gonna last, and it tastes really, really good. But for now, we're gonna head off to the next adventure, try to let this process in my belly, and head off to our next stop. Zurich is known as the city of fountains. There's over 1,200 of them. So after filling up my water bottle, we headed to the Jules Verne Panorama Bar, known to have the best cocktails and mocktails, as well as the best panoramic views of Zurich.
It is on the 10th floor.
We're here at the Jules Verne, and I got this like awesome mocktail actually. They have a pretty extensive menu for cocktails and also have a few mocktails as well. But one of the best things they're known for is its panoramic bar. So check out the view. This is located really close to the Old Town, and honestly I would not have known it was up here without Swiss Food Tours, but definitely a great way to catch the end of the day here in Zurich. And what do you call this place again?
Lindenhof.
Lindenhof.
Linden is this trees.
Oh.
So the yard of these trees, because only linden trees are growing here.
Okay. So Lindenhof. Oh, this is such a nice view. Wow.
You see why Thomas decided to build They keep control of all this room.
Whoa. Okay, this is so cool. Lindt Chocolate here, where you get such a great view. And now we're going to see a secret. Use a key that leads to secrets. I'm excited for this.
Leave your ID.
Ooh, precious. This is actually so cool and something you can do. It's called the Archaeological Windows of Zurich, and you can grab a key to the city to explore beneath. This is definitely a first. I don't think I've ever seen a city give a key to open up what lies beneath. Oh my god.
So, first, it's not closing.
Gonna figure out that red thing, but
So
we're checking this out. No, it's cool. So what is this? The Romans?
It must be Roman's wall, and I'm checking upstairs.
Okay. Alright. So now we are in a... Here, I don't know what's down here. Oh my god! This is nuts. You open up, get that key, and then it just opens up into this Roman archaeological site beneath the Lindenhof Square where we were just at. And now we're beneath it, and this all lies beneath. So cool. Definitely would not have known this is here. Swiss food tours, bringing out some extra catches. But this is definitely, it's a private tour, so they are able to kind of make it to what guests are interested in. But this is definitely so surprising and so wonderful. Zurich is one of the most safe cities to travel to solo, and I could see that from walking the streets at night on this food tour. Of course, I couldn't come to Switzerland though without trying some fondue, which was our next stop on the tour. Fondue is the national dish of Switzerland, so of course I had to try it. And fondue originated in Switzerland as a way to use hardened cheese and stale bread during winter months. So the traditional cheeses used are Emmental and Gruyere. Alright, National Cheese Fondue Day. Alright. Fondue derived from the French verb fondre, meaning to melt. Oh, this is it. We couldn't end the tour without getting some dessert and headed to Raphael's, and they had amazing cakes to choose from. Good morning from Zurich again. I didn't bring a lot of cold weather clothes because my whole plan for this trip in Europe is to go to some warmer weather places. But yes, it is a beautiful day. We have the Limmat River heading into Lake Zurich down there, and I have my 24-hour pass, so I'm trying to make the bus because we're going to the Lindt Home of Chocolate. I remember coming to Zurich a long time ago and wanting to go visit this place, and I just didn't, I was kind of like overwhelmed with how to get there, but it's actually quite easy. There's a bus that takes you there. You could also take the tram system there. But yeah, it's another really not that cool day out in Zurich, and we're heading to have some chocolate for breakfast. I'm kidding, but the place that I stayed at, I'm staying at a hostel in the Old Town because, as you know, Zurich is expensive, and I decided I wanted to save some money because I'm only here a night, and they had breakfast and coffee, so I had some of that. Now it's time to find this bus. Okay, so when you come here, this is actually where the stop is. I was gonna go across the street because that's what Google Maps looked like, but you take the 165 to Kirchberg or the Lindt Museum, Home of Chocolate, and this is the stop right here. So welcome to Kirchberg. As you can see behind me, we are on the right path to the Lindt Home of Chocolate. I'm really excited. Yeah, well, there's also a factory outlet too, actually, so that's pretty cool. But yes, tour's at 10, and we're a few minutes away from that, so let's hurry. We made it! My piece of heaven right now. We are inside the Home of Chocolate for Lindt. And when you get here, you can actually get a locker to store your stuff so you don't have to carry it all around with you. right over here by the bathrooms, which is definitely very convenient. As soon as you come in, you get your ticket. That is a time ticket. You have to book it in advance because it is actually super popular here. And then you grab an audio guide that is charged and you tap it against your language. So now it is set for English. So now let's head on the chocolate tour. Now we begin the chocolate tour at the Lindt Home of Chocolate. This is so cool. Cocoa cultivation. Alright guys, this room is so cool. It has basically projections projecting onto this circular thing and a few other things, describing all about the history of chocolate from the colonial eras all the way from like Central America where chocolate is grown to nowadays, which is definitely interesting. They would used to only serve it for like 4 pieces in this tin or container. Alright guys, this might be the coolest thing ever. You get to now try the chocolate on your own. They give you a spoon. We can get into some Willy Wonka stuff right now. Oh my gosh. This is so good. This is dangerous. Hey guys, my number one tip is bring some water because after you drink all this chocolate, you're going to need it. But so good. And still learning more about the chocolate experience, but mainly just having chocolate. Alright guys, this is so awesome. So far I've been able to try so many different types of chocolate and learning about chocolate. Honestly, Switzerland is the land of the indulgence because honestly, all the cheese, the fondue, and the chocolate is so amazing. There's actually 22 chocolate producers in Switzerland and it's known as the land of chocolate, but honestly, they only produce like out of 1% of all the cocoa beans in the world. That's how much chocolate they produce. So it's still very much a fraction, but they are definitely amazing and have such a history of chocolate. This is a chocolate lover's paradise. I can have as much chocolate as I want. I need to pace myself so I don't get diabetes before I leave, but otherwise this has been such a cool experience, and there's like a lot of interactive exhibits as well that you can do, and they give you this thing so you can basically listen. It's an audio guide and learn all about chocolate. Definitely think it's a perfect thing to do if you're traveling solo in Zurich. And you can grab pieces of Lindt chocolate samples here, and they also have these giant Lindt balls that you can take photos in, which are pretty cool, and send them to your phone with a green screen. Okay, so when you're here, they have the chocolate heaven where you can try 8 flavors here, but in the shop, she told me they have actually 23 flavors you can choose from. Definitely a lot more than I have ever seen. There's one with coconut, there's a dark chocolate, there's white chocolate. Okay, so you can basically smell the different aromas of different vanillas, at least for me. And that was pretty cool. At the Lindt Home of Chocolate, they have a pilot plant where engineers and researchers are looking to find the best ways to produce chocolate and new innovations using the different technologies that are constantly being produced. So that was awesome. At the end, you just get to get a free piece of chocolate, and it was cool. You saw it go down this maze-like feature and get a little piece of to-go chocolate. I've had so much chocolate now, and I have so much chocolate I'm taking home with me. Plus, now I have a goodie bag that I'm really excited for. It's such a cool thing to see, and it's really easy to get to, and I use my day pass that I bought that paid for my ticket to and from the airport, so it's definitely worth getting that, and it covers you for 24 hours, so it's covering me for my ride back to the airport as well. But I'm gonna grab my stuff and head off to go explore next the Kunsthaus Museum, which I'm really bad at pronouncing. Before leaving, I checked out the cafe on site as well as gift store and then headed out. All right, we're saying goodbye to the Lindt Home of Chocolate. And as you can see, this is actually where they have some of their original factories and factories that are still in use today. But yeah, it is beautiful. It's right off of Lake Zurich, and that's right in front of me right now, and we're just going to head back into Zurich and see the museum. But it's actually a beautiful day to just take a walk around this lake, but I literally have no time, so time to find the bus back into town. Okay, so now just waiting for bus 165 to come. 165 goes straight to the city's center of Zurich to Lindt Chocolate. All right, so we're back in Birkenplatz, and you can see here, it's definitely a center of where people are like hanging out, and you can buy tickets to go on some ferries. And yeah, definitely a beautiful day here on Lake Zurich. So nice. Check this out. So now I'm going to take the 5 to get to the Kunsthaus Museum, which is free today. And then probably just be there really a short while, not like that long, and then grab coffee, head to the hotel, pick up my stuff, and then head back to the airport already. It's definitely easy to get around here, honestly, and they like have all the times marked. Everything runs pretty much on time. And yeah, just enjoying a day in Zurich. Guys, we've just made it in front of the Kunsthaus Museum, which is free today. So let's go on, hurry inside and check out what it has to offer. Here we are in the Kunsthaus Museum, which is free today. And you can still see the permanent exhibits if you want, but I am just here to see the main thing because it's free. Alrighty, this is pretty interesting. We are in the Kunsthaus Museum, which is actually Switzerland's largest art museum in the country. And this is Emil Buhl, I'm saying that wrong, collection. But he had over 150 pieces of art he had collected from post-impressionists like Claude Monet and other art that actually had been looted, some of them. He ended up giving them back to the rightful owners and then purchased some of them back to be in his collection. But it's definitely an amazing collection for people that are very interested in like post-impressionist and impressionist work. Okay. So when you come here, you're going to see there's many impressive artworks, including Claude Monet's water lilies. I don't really know how many water lilies, like paintings he made, but I feel like everywhere I almost go, I see some. Not everywhere, of course, but yeah, this art museum basically has every like huge artist you can think of. It's definitely amazing that you can come here for free on Wednesdays. But even if you can't come for free on a Wednesday because your schedule doesn't allow, it's definitely a museum worth for you to come visit if you're very interested in art, because it is, after all, Switzerland's largest art museum, and it's definitely impressive. This museum just keeps impressing. We have Pablo Picasso in the house. I wonder if there's any works of Dadaism in here, because Dadaism was actually founded in Zurich, and it was definitely a different form of art compared to anything that had happened prior. But that is definitely something interesting as well. You can see in Zurich, the home of Dadaism. Okay, so as I was saying, Dada was an art movement that was formed in Zurich, actually at Cabaret Voltaire in 1916. So you have to remember, this is like a time there was like war going on, World War I happened, and all these artists from all over Europe came here to Zurich and established this art form that is more deconstructed in nature, and it would talk about issues of power and like the conventions that we were living in the world. And this is actually at the Kunsthaus Museum, the largest collection of Dada, and they have 750 objects in here, and you can explore in the home of Dadaism right here in Zurich. Jean Arp's idea of what Dadaism, he said, Dadaism ambushed the fine arts. It declared that art was a magic bowel movement. Dadaism carried affirmation and denial to the point of nonsense to achieve indifference, and it was destructive. Interesting. And on that note, it is time to leave. The Pixel Forest was by far one of my favorite, most surprising things. I had no clue that was here. I need to grab my stuff from the locker. You have to put your bags in a little locker, but they provide that. And then head back to pick up my things and head to the airport. All right, just heading back to the hostel to grab my things. There's this beautiful fountain right here nearby. I am getting hungry, but I think it's just safer bet to just get to the airport, get through security, and yeah, just relax a little bit. Maybe if I see something on the way to grab food, I'll do that before heading off. But yeah, it's running tight on my schedule right now. The train to the airport was only about 10 to 15 minutes, and it was really nice to get to the airport early to relax. Oh, I got super tired, but I have some baked goods that I got in the city at the oldest bakery, and I'm really excited for this almond cookie. The lady in front of me was so nice, and actually paid for it because it was cash only. So good thing to know if you're going to the Oberdorfbeck bakery in Zurich in the Old Town. But I'm gonna enjoy this and then head through security, and then we're off to Malta. I hope this helps you in planning a layover or 24 hours in Zurich. It was definitely a great experience as a solo traveler, and I hope you can have it as well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. As always, subscribe so you don't miss out on the adventure, and like this video so more people can find it.